She helps guide women to trust their intuition, embrace possibility, and create a life in alignment with their true desires. Please welcome Adile.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Wonderful. Gosh, is it poor form to say that one of the biggest mistakes I ever made was having a baby at 17 while still in year 12? What if I tell you it was also the best mistake I ever made? Well, this is an absolute shit show. I'm 16, kicked out of home, sitting alone in a cold, unwelcoming toilet after school. Fluorescent lights casting an uneasy and hostile light across the cubicle. Undies around my ankles, staring down at two bright pink lines that no 16-year-old should ever be looking upon. Unless it's after 2020 and it's probably just COVID, you can relax. Two pink lines that permanently alter the course of my life. I'm staring blankly down at them, sick to my stomach, frozen in disbelief. My body is still, but inside I'm spiraling. My life is over. I'm still a child, so there's no frame of reference for this kind of panic. I'm sick with shame, alone with a secret that's just too big for my body. And yet, in Filipino culture, teen pregnancy isn't unheard of. I know girls who have walked this path, but none of them are me. My 16-year-old brain kicks into overdrive, clawing for solutions to get me out of this mess, while still showing up to school every day with a smile pasted on my face. My racing mind never stops. Do I keep it? Do I abort it? What about school? Oh my God, my parents are gonna kill me. My body's gonna change. My dad is gonna hate me. I'll have to drop out. No, I'll just get an abortion, smooth it all over, and pretend it never happened. Yes. Wait, or do I keep it? I mean, it didn't ask to be made. How the hell am I supposed to know what to do? I'm only 16. And I feel so alone. See, the thing is with mistakes, at the time, they feel like they're going to ruin your life. You don't know if it's going to be the disaster you're imagining or a blessing in disguise that just needs time to reveal itself. But in that moment, all I know is I need a strategy. I'm reluctantly forced by my foster carer to tell my mom, though I feel like I'd rather die. And my clever plan is to lead straight into, but don't worry, I've figured it all out. I've already booked an abortion. That's easier said than done. If you've never had to face off with your mum at 16 in your school uniform to tell her you're pregnant, let me save you the drama. It's fucking awful. We're not just talking butterflies in the stomach, it's more like erratic rabid bats let loose inside. So I'm at my god sister's house, watching the clock tick towards doom. My mum arrives after her shift working in housekeeping. She looks exhausted. Her energy feels tense. She looks straight at me, but kind of through me, like she already knows. She sits at the dinner table. I sit across from her. Silence. I'm looking down at my fidgeting hands, unsure how to start the conversation. Hot tears pushing at the back of my eyes, threatening to pour out at any second. I look up and she glares over and says sharply in Tagalog, "You're pregnant, aren't you? Buntis ka, no?" I'm suddenly overcome with the emotion I've been holding in for weeks, and all I can do at this point is nod dumbly with my eyes downcast, crying a heaving but silent cry. Mum throws me a look I will never forget. Disappointment, or is it disgust? She suddenly stands up, runs to the bathroom and starts throwing up. Sitting there listening to her throwing up because of what I have done is one of the most painful things I've ever experienced. A heaviness in my heart sets in that I can hardly bear. So this is what it feels like to deeply disappoint someone and embody shame. She comes back to the table. I tell her my plan. Don't worry, Ma, I already booked an abortion. It's the right thing to do, right? You got yourself into this. It's up to you. And with that, she left.
Wow.
Well, that went well. Okay, so now I have to tell my dad. He's Albanian, Muslim. I'm terrified. I'm about to bring shame to the face of our family. I imagine being disowned, beaten, worse. I go to see my dad at the family home, and through distraught tears, I apologize while explaining my clever plan. His exterior seems composed, but I have no idea what's going on inside. And then surprisingly, rather than yelling or shaming me, he calmly says, "If you abort, you might live to regret it one day." For some reason, those words struck me to my core. Regret? That's something that I never want to feel in my lifetime. His words stay with me all night, and the next morning, and the morning of the abortion. The day comes, and I just don't go. Is it intuition? Fate? I'm not sure, but I miss the appointment. So here we are, still pregnant, still 16, and still in school, and convinced that that's about to end. See, the Department of Education doesn't allow pregnant girls to stay in school, so I figure I'm done. I march to the principal's office with my best friend and say, "I need to drop out, I'm pregnant." Long pause. "Do you want to stay in school?" What? I wasn't expecting that. Well, yeah, of course I do, but I didn't think that was an option. And this wonderful man, whom I owe so much to, says, "Then we'll look for a way." Plot twist. The school lets me stay. They support me. I hide my pregnancy under bulky hoodies. I go to classes. I do my assignments. I give birth in May 2004. I take 2 weeks off school, then come straight back. Some days I bring my baby to school. I sit my HSC and I graduate. Sometimes when I look back, I don't know how I did it, but I do know. Sheer survival instinct, family and school support, and the act of deciding not to become a statistic, and the determination to do whatever it takes in life despite this setback. At 17, I had a baby. At 19, I became a single mum. At 20, I got into uni. At 25, I started my corporate career. At 29, I moved to the Philippines. At 31, I started an organic food company. At 36, I became a viral content creator. I was a single mum, chasing dreams, traveling the world. And my son and I, we did it together. And now that mistake I made when I was 16 is the person I'm most proud of in the world. He's turning 21 in 8 days. I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional. He's in uni, wise beyond his years, gorgeous, hilarious, thoughtful, absolute pain in the ass sometimes. We literally grew up together. He saved me so many times and he doesn't even know it. He's the greatest teacher I've ever had. People think mistakes can end your life. Some mistakes begin your life. They can be a needed catalyst for change and can become your fuel to succeed. I used to think my teen pregnancy was the worst thing that ever happened to me. But now I see it was a thing that cracked me open, forced me to grow, and showed me how strong I really am. It taught me how all things in life, good and bad, are temporary, and when everything seems to be going wrong, rather than asking, "Why me?" reframing that question to something more empowering, like, what has this come here to teach me? Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like had I not gone ahead with the pregnancy. Maybe better, maybe worse. But replaying the what ifs doesn't change reality. Being a teen mom showed me how to embrace failure as redirection and accept what cannot be changed, while still having compassion for myself so I could continue showing up even when my knees were shaking and my hoodie couldn't hide the truth. So yes, I messed up, but I also made magic out of that mess and created a beautiful human along the way. And that's a story I'm always proud to tell.